it's John McCabe. Welcome to the show. Hey, welcome to the John A. McCabe Show, where it's all about accelerating your authority in your business or field of expertise. And I do that by helping entrepreneurs, business owners, authors, experts, and speakers get seen, get heard, get noticed anywhere, on any device, at any time, within as little as 100 days, also known as the Authority Acceleration Blueprint. Now, on today's show, my guest is someone I've had the opportunity to meet many times since 2010 at marketing events all over the U.S. and now collaborate with him on many different marketing projects, not only for himself, but also for his clients. One thing I can say personally about today's guest is that he's a person of action. The guy gets stuff done like nobody I've seen. This guy is Mr. Implementation. He's someone who has no trouble executing and taking action on the things that he's learned. Now, Barry Schimmel has a passion for helping business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals, speakers, authors, and corporate CEOs incorporating cutting-edge technology to build brand awareness and authority to grow their business. Now, he consults and implements solutions for clients that increase engagement, website traffic, sales conversions, all by using a proven systematic approach. Now, over the past year, Barry has been heavily involved in his local Engaged Speakers organization and coaching many of their members on building their speaking platform, their speaking business, and getting booked for paid and non-paid speaking gigs around the country. Barry's been seen and featured on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, speaking on the power of marketing. He's launched a successful podcast channel on iTunes called Engaging Marketing Solutions. He's the author of best-selling book 7 New Marketing Rules, Digital to Dollars, and co-authoring his latest book, How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast. Now, Barry and his co-author and business partner on the How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast, Lauren Michael Harris, are putting the finishing touches on their book and have already launched their digital course on the same topic. Now, Barry is a true entrepreneur with a diverse background that enables him to bring a great deal to the table when it comes to helping his clients succeed. One of Barry's greatest strengths is to implement strategies for his clients that see they make money very quickly. Now, with his clients' early success, they go on to hire Barry for more of his strategies and expertise. Now, he does this by offering them a full-service marketing solution that involves things like marketing strategy, website creation, local search engine optimization, video marketing, cross-channel marketing, product creation, press releases, becoming best-selling authors, email marketing, and the list goes on and on. And he also offers coaching and business consulting services as well. So be sure to stick around, because when I come back from the short video, we're going to be joined by my guest today, Mr. Barry Schimmel. Hey, thanks for joining us today. Today we're joined by my friend and colleague Barry Schimmel to discuss his current best-selling book and new course that helps speakers get speaking gigs fast. Now, one of the best ways you can position yourself as the authority in your business or field of expertise is to speak in front of others. Now, talking to people about who it is you help and how you can help them. Now, during the show, I'll find out from Barry some of the insights into how someone can go about getting themselves more time in front of others to talk about their products and services, plus where the best place for someone to start if they aren't at all comfortable presenting in front of others. Now, Barry has developed a systematic approach for presenting your content very effectively, getting your message to resonate with your target market, getting you in front of audiences, and seeding your offer within your talk so that people want to buy from you, even if you don't make an offer at the end. Now, with this system, you will attract interested clients, gain their trust, and get them to connect with you wanting your products or services. So please give it up with likes, love, shares, and a virtual flurry of thumbs up and heart icons across the screen for my guest today, Barry Schimmel. Welcome, Barry.
Hey, thank you very much, John McCabe.
How you doing,
I
man?
appreciate it. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for getting me on the show and all your enthusiasm and great words.
No worries, man. No worries. So you're just getting back from another trip to San Diego, another marketing event.
Yep, I went out there to visit a couple of clients in Laguna Niguel, which was beautiful. And then I drove down to San Diego to attend an event with Pam Hendrickson.
Yep.
And it was a workshop that was about, creating your products, which is one of the services that I do and, that I do for myself, I do for others, just like you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a great way to update your skill sets, learning from coaches and mentors, as we always do every single year. Making sure that you're on top of what the latest strategies in your field of expertise. I mean, it's always important to keep reinvesting in yourself.
No, you're so right, because our industry changes so fast and great things come before you know it. So you always want to keep up to date with what people are doing to make it better, what little programs. I call it the 2 millimeter rule that I learned from Tony Robbins. He is so awesome. He's taught me so much. And by taking just that little 2 millimeter rule, it makes a difference in everybody's life. They could do 98% of the stuff themselves,
yeah.
But the part that converts is that little bit, just the addition of putting your shoulders back and standing straight and smiling can make you more attractive than your shoulders down and looking down. And that's what I try to implement with each and every one of my clients every single day.
Very good. So, Barry, you've been on the show the first half of the season, so you know what we're in for right away. It's the speed round of questions. It's nothing you needed to study for. Some of your answers may be the same as when you were on before, but hopefully you have some new exciting answers. So, you all set to start?
I'm ready to go.
All right. Anyone, for those of you watching at home, just you play along with Barry, just type your answers into the comment field, and you can compare your answers to Barry when it's all said and done. So the very first one, Barry, name the book that impacted your life the most.
There's a few books, but The Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins.
And when you were a young boy, who was your celebrity crush?
Farrah Fawcett.
What is the book, podcast, or show that you're into right now?
The John McCabe Show, of course.
Thanks for that. Are you currently working with any coaches?
Yes, I work with tons of coaches.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
I like Rocky.
Very good. Are you currently involved in any masterminds?
Yes, I am. I have my own, and I participate in others with Frank Kern and some other big names.
Very good. Name the person, either dead or alive, who you'd most like to meet and have dinner with.
Oh, dead or alive that I'd like to meet and have dinner with. Oh, that's a great one. Bill Gates, Michael Dell, Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Zig Ziglar, to name a few.
You met Brian Tracy. Didn't you do an interview? Didn't Brian Tracy interview you once?
Well, yes, I've met Brian Tracy a few times. I've met Tony Robbins a few times. But they're so inspiring, and they always add so much value. Yeah. They're always researching the market. They're always bringing new material. And I love to learn, because you just don't know what you don't know.
That's so true. So, Barry, what's your favorite vacation, beach or adventure tour?
I love both, so I want to skydive on the beach.
Awesome. Do a bungee jump down into the beach.
Yep, do a bungee jump. I love skydiving.
Yeah,
so.
I've never done skydiving, but I wonder if I'd actually want to do. I want to do it, but I have a very big fear of falling. So that's my biggest fear. You're up high in those buildings, in the Eiffel Tower, the St. Louis Arch, and the Empire State Building. I've been on a lot of those buildings, and my biggest fear is of falling. I'm not scared of heights. I have no problem with airplanes or whatever, but I'm afraid to fall or someone's going to push me. So when I go out on the ledge, I actually have to have my back against the wall so nobody's behind me for some god-awful reason. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, let me tell you a quick story.
Sure.
Is I got my wife to skydive, and she's, very, risk adverse. Great. I didn't want to say anything, Russ. I get in trouble. But she's risk adverse, and I convinced her to go skydiving with me. Now, when I skydive, as the plane's taking off, my feet are hanging out the door because the door's open.
Yeah.
I'm seatbelted in, but you're feeling all of that. You smell a lot of gas fumes, and it's a really exciting rush just watching you take off from the ground, and then you get to altitude. They shut the door because it gets cold.
Yeah.
And my wife, was going to do a tandem dive with somebody, and she was starting to chicken out. I said, only 1% of people get up here and don't jump. And then she started thinking, she's a thinker,
yeah.
right? And she's like, okay, you know what? If only 1%, I don't want to be one of those 1%ers, so I'm going to jump. So she jumps, she gets to the ground, and she gives the guy a big hug and a kiss, and she says, "Thank you for keeping me alive, and I'll never do it again."
Awesome.
But she did love it.
So what's the best business advice you ever received, Barry?
Invest in yourself.
And the last one's a two-parter. What is your favorite? Not what you consume all the time, but if you're going to treat yourself, are you going to treat yourself with water, beer, or wine, or pizza, wings, and salad?
If I'm going to treat myself, I'm going to eat it all. Heck with it. Because I've been eating a lot of salads lately, trying to lose some weight.
What are you going to drink?
I love my wine. I love to have a glass of wine, 2 glasses of wine a couple times a week.
Yeah. Excellent. So everyone give Barry some love by hitting the like button, love button, and share and comment on the speed round. Let's just take a quick peek. I see Mark Weisenberger joined us. He says, "Hi, Barry." And,
how you doing, Mark?
Lauren's here as well. So welcome, guys, to the show. If you have any questions you want me to ask Barry during the show, just type them in the comment section. And as always, please like, love, and share this video on your Facebook feed and with any with any business pages that you belong to, for anyone that you think may get some value out of today's episode. And if you're just joining me, I'm speaking with Barry Schimmel. Barry's a passion for helping business owners, entrepreneurs, professional speakers, authors, and corporate CEOs by incorporating cutting-edge technology and building brand awareness and authority to grow their business. He consults and implements solutions for clients that increase engagement, website traffic, and sales conversions using a very proven systematic approach. Barry's been featured on ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, speaking on the power of marketing. He's launched a podcast channel, and he's the author of the best-selling book, 7 Marketing Rules, Digital Dollars, and How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast. So like I said, if you have any questions for Barry, just type them in. And other than that, we'll get started, Barry. So first question, what motivates you to do what it is that you do? Like, what drives you?
Well, I really have a passion for helping people because so many people have a great story that just need to get the word out. They're the best kept secret around. And there's nothing better than when someone says, "I love to get up in the morning because your program changed my life." Does any more need to be said? I had one lady who walked dogs, and this is going back about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And, people that walk dogs don't make a lot of money, but they have a passion for what they do. And this is in the very beginning before a lot of people weren't self-publishing. And I said, "Look, let me help you self-publish a book." And I haven't even done it before, so it was a good experiment for me.
Yeah.
And we helped her write this book. We rewrote it, and we got a really nice book out. Her name was Mustang Sally. And she is the one that told me that when she wakes up in the morning, she has a new purpose. And it really inspired me to help other people write their books and get their message out there. And one of my good friends and partner, Lauren Michaels Harris, is writing a new book called Fostering Your Message, which, is advocating, to helping all the people in the world get their message out there. Right. And he's a big advocate for children, to help them be recognized and, bring them into a better place of the world and having people, overlook and take care of them so they're not abused or bullied.
So do you find with many of your clients, obviously a lot of entrepreneurs that you work with or speakers or authors, these people have a passion for what it is they do. But do you find that a lot of them don't have a clear path, system, or direction as to how they can get their message heard to the masses?
Yeah, a lot of us don't have a clear path for what we do, right? And that's really the source of I don't really call it failing, but the source of frustration is that you don't have that clear path. Whenever I work with somebody, I try to set up a framework, a step-by-step systematic approach is what I call it, so that people know where they are today and where they want to go. And you work yourself backwards from what do you want to achieve, and then figure out how you're going to achieve it. Right. And that goes to having a clear, concise message, across all your mediums so that people understand what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go so they could go with you on that journey.
Excellent. So where does your passion come from?
My passion comes from struggling. I grew up inner city Chicago. We had the gangs at one side, and you had, being a product of the public school system, fighting every day, a totally different world. And, when I started getting personal help from Tony Robbins and other people to inspire me, it taught me that the person that I am might not be congruent with the person I want to be, your circumstances. So if you grow up poor compared to somebody that grew up rich, yes, it is harder to get to where they're going, to get to where you want to be. And when I say rich, it doesn't have to be monetarily. It doesn't have to be material things. Rich is being a person that you love. So you want to love yourself, and you want to love yourself by helping others and giving more. So that's, to me, is a rich person. Mm-hmm. So I love to help people actually have a plan to take them where they want to be, whether it's giving more, making more, or doing more. I want to help them. And like I said, if I did it, I know anybody else could do it because I was nothing special. Matter of fact, I took third grade twice.
So when did your passion for helping people and being a coach, advisor, helping these individuals grow their business, when did that passion become crystal clear to you that is sort of that's the path that you need to journey on?
Well, really, maybe it's kind of selfish in a way, but when I started seeing results for other people and myself is really what inspired me. Helping people and taking their money doesn't do anything. But if you can show people a way to get results quickly, that makes all the difference. That gives me more motivation to help more people every time I see people take action and implement the things that they should do quickly to start getting on the path that they want to be on. It's like a ball that's going downhill, right? It starts picking up momentum. And the more momentum I get by helping people faster, the more passion that I have to do it more and spend more hours doing it.
Right. I know, you and I are in very similar fields. We both help people achieve their desired outcomes, and we help them along their journey. And I know for myself, what drives me or what I'm passionate about is helping people succeed, helping them achieve their goals. It may not be the end goal that they're looking for, but helping them take that next step, and so that they see success in their journey on to achieving their desired outcome. And I'm quite sure it's the same for you.
It is.
If you guys are just joining us, I'm speaking with Barry Schimmel. Barry has a passion for helping business owners, entrepreneurs, professional speakers, authors, and corporate CEOs incorporate cutting-edge technology to build brand awareness and authority to grow their business. He consults and implements solutions for clients that increase engagement, website traffic, and sales conversions by using a proven systematic approach. Barry's been featured on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox speaking on the power of marketing. He's also launched a podcast channel on iTunes, Engaging Marketing Solutions. He's the author of the best-selling book, 7 New Marketing Rules, Digital Dollars, and his latest book, How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast. And he also has built a How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast digital course that helps individuals who want to get speaking gigs fast. It's very self-explanatory. So if you have any questions for Barry, just type them in the comments section, and we'll try to get to them during the show. And as always, please make sure that you like, love, and share this video on your Facebook feed and any pages that you belong to. And
well, just to clarify a little bit, the
Sure.
book How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast is co-authored by Lauren Michaels Harris, who was a big inspiration to do the book and get it out there.
Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit about that later. More.
And Lauren was on. Actually, had Lauren on the show yesterday, and we talked a little bit. It was mostly on. We didn't really get into the topic of speaking, but we did drop it a few times. That Lauren, I think you booked 34 speaking gigs in 6 or 7 months, something like that, paid speaking gigs. So, which was kind of the premise or a launching point for you and him working on the book and putting the course together.
Exactly. Who else is better than the person that went through this system and really took action and succeeded quickly to do a product with? Because, he was a person that had a lot of knowledge and a lot of passion and a lot of inspiration. And all he had to do is package his story. It's all about, pricing, packaging, and promotion to get your story out there. And I look at it as a person like Lauren, who wasn't even in the industry, can do it so fast that other people with their own story could do the same thing. And now we teamed up together from a marketing and knowledge standpoint to bring it all together. Just something that people can actually get speaking gigs quick, by changing their mindset and changing their life.
Yeah, and really just plugging into a proven system. I think that's one of the biggest keys, and that's something that we learn, you and I learn from all of our, the education that we take, our continuing education, investing in ourselves, is really building and putting your information into a proven system that works, so you get duplicatable results. Because that's really what it's all about. Is somebody that has a system that sees tremendous success. It's an amazing system if somebody else can just put their information in and duplicate very similar results.
Right, even if they don't like to sell.
That's right. So, Barry, who is it that you help? Just talk a little bit about some of your current and past clients, and who it is that you're focusing on helping with regards to the speaking book and the speaking program.
Well, I help authors, speakers, and entrepreneurs. So if you're not an author, I help you become an author. If you're not a speaker, I help you become a speaker. If you're not a coach, I can help you do that too. But it's an entrepreneur, anybody who wants to start their own business or bring their business to the next level, because every one of us has to speak in order to do that.
Right.
In order to speak, you have to understand the way you speak. It goes back to mindset. Right? Understanding the things that you don't know and being able to communicate that properly via, everything you do. So, for example, do you have a website? And does that website have a clear, defined message? And when you talk to people, do you have that same message? And when you do your social media posts, are you following those messages through? And then as you type emails, follow-up emails, pre- and post-sales, so you have a really congruent message. And really it's clear, concise, consistent, and persistent. And this is how I help people do it. All of us have to speak. We hate, cold calling. We never have enough leads, right? We need to connect with decision makers more. We want to position ourselves as an expert so we have that respect. And nowadays, you can build your own celebrity. All of us can do it. And it's a matter of doing one thing at a time, building a strong foundation, and growing on that foundation rather than chasing shiny objects that people are selling you. This is where everybody fails, is that they keep buying products that they can't build upon each other. To get results quickly, they think, if I learn how to speak, I'm going to be a great speaker. Yes, but then what do? I'm going to learn how to build a product. I'm going to be an author. It's all about capturing leads. It's about knowing who your market is, knowing the message and the right media to broadcast that on.
And then, touching on your what you said about foundation, my latest book, the Authority Acceleration Blueprint, one of the first component of that book, which I sent you a pre-copy earlier this morning for you to go through, is really building the foundation of, when it comes to your business or your brand or, positioning yourself as the authority or the expert in your marketplace. The biggest thing you need to do is build that foundation. And that foundation really boils down to who is your ideal target market, what's their desired outcome, their pains, fears, frustrations, and ambitions, and really getting crystal clear on the language that they're using, the struggles that they have, what they're looking to overcome or what they're looking to achieve, and what do they feel are their ideal solutions. And really, once you understand that information and are very clear on that information, then you're using that information in all of your messaging and all of in your website, in your marketing material, in your emails, in your social posts, in your videos. All of that becomes the foundation of your entire business. And it's just built on that foundation, whether it be a book, whether it be a digital product, whether it be your speaking. It doesn't matter, but until you build that foundation, you really, I attribute it to, or the analysis is you're just throwing mud on a wall hoping something sticks, because you don't really know who you're talking to or what their challenges are. You may have the greatest product or service going, but unless you know who it is that's really going to benefit from it, then it's going to be hard to get that message out there and hard to actually generate the leads or the sales that you want to grow your business.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. And thank you for sending me the book. I'm really excited to read it. I know about your formula, which I'm totally behind. Yeah. So, and I'm sure it's going to help me help others with the information that's in there.
So the people that you're helping right now, what are they most afraid of? What's their biggest challenge or their biggest fear? Is it just the fear of public speaking, or is it something else that they're afraid of?
Well, there's a few things, and it goes back to not just the people I help, but all of us. We're afraid to fail. Sometimes we're afraid of success, and sometimes we're afraid just to get started. Probably three basic things that I see all the time.
Okay, can you elaborate on those?
Well, the big one is, getting started. Where do you start, right? And that's why, in our program, How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast, we start on mindset. It isn't jump in to get you a speaking gig, because we don't want people to go through that whole unknown of not knowing what they don't know and not knowing where to go or not knowing what to do next. So there's a whole process, and it really starts with mindset. The mindset is that overcoming your fear, because you're going to be learning. It's about gathering information about what you do, how you do it. We take them through a 6-step process. So by the time they're done in the first module, they already understand, what they need to do, and they'll start formulating their message. And it really is inspiring to understand what you need to do first, and stop being fearful, get over the fear, and get started doing something. And we take them through the process, nice and slow, I would say. Fast but slow, right? It's as fast as you want to go, but it gives you time to think about everything and start deciding what path you're going to take and how you're going to take that path. And once you understand it, you get there faster. And that's why we call it How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast. Because you really can. When you complete the course, you'll have everything you need to get those speaking gigs, and you won't have to worry about anything else.
Very good. And if you guys are just joining us, I'm speaking with Barry Schimmel. Barry has a passion for helping business owners, entrepreneurs, professional speakers, authors, and corporate CEOs incorporate cutting-edge technology to build brand awareness and authority to grow their business. He consults and implements solutions for his clients that increase engagement, website traffic, and sales conversions by using a proven systematic approach. Now, Barry has been featured on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, speaking on the power of marketing. He has launched a podcast channel on iTunes, Engaging Marketing Solutions. He's the author of the best-selling book, 7 New Marketing Rules and Digital Dollars, as well as the co-authoring his new book, How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast. So if you have any questions or comments for Barry, just type them in the comment field, and we'll sure to get to them. And if we don't get to them during the show, we'll get to them after the show. Just tag either Barry or myself. And as always, please like, love, and share this on your video feed and your Facebook page as well. So I have a question here, Barry, from Lauren. He said, this question is from an anonymous source. Barry, is it true that working with Lauren has been the most rewarding experience ever, and that he has taught you nearly all that you know?
Oh, of course. Without him, I wouldn't be where I am today. On the John McCabe Show, please.
Exactly. And you just recently met him, so yeah, he's taught you everything you know. Exactly.
Well, it's been a great experience being with a guy like Lauren, because he challenges me every step of the way and fights me.
Yeah.
And then he starts realizing that, he's learning what he doesn't know. He starts to see it. And that's what helped us, work together, is because he's not just going to accept any answer. He's going to make me prove it, which I love, because it takes me out of my comfort zone. It makes me think a little bit more, a little bit harder exactly what I'm trying to say, makes me a better communicator. So anybody that's willing to challenge me and take me to the next level, I definitely learn from. And he brings a lot of things that I don't know that, I never thought of. So when you bring the two together, you have a really powerful force to help other people, and that's what it's all about.
So speaking about going to the next level, how do you help your coaching clients bring their business to the next level?
Well, first I start by asking them a lot of tough questions. The first one I always ask people is, how do you make money? Where does your money come from? And so many times when people are struggling to make money, it's because their products and services, don't really bring them that money. It's what they want to sell and not what solves the problem. Mm-hmm. So when I see what they're offering, I always ask, what one problem do you solve, and who do you solve it for? And you'll laugh at this, because how many people will say, well, I help everyone and I solve all their problems. And no, you don't. And, that's where it all starts, and you have to get into that argument with them is, what do you mean I don't help everybody? But I do, and I'm like, well, tell me one problem you solve, and they really struggle with that.
Yeah.
So once you understand, the one problem, so how to get speaking gigs fast, what problem do I solve? One problem, get them speaking gigs fast.
Yes.
It's simple. And it takes a lot of time to really understand. I have the other book, Digital to Dollars, the one problem I solve. How to get clients fast. Is it clear? Is it concise? And is it consistent?
Right.
Because everything we talk about is getting clients. How can we do it free? How can we do it with the least amount of struggle? But if you can't answer the question of what problem you solve and who you solve it for,
yeah, if you don't understand who your ideal target market is and their pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions, you're never going to take your business to the next level. That's, as I mentioned earlier, that's the foundation that your entire business is built upon. So you need to get crystal clear on that information at the very beginning. And I think I see this over and over with a lot of, let's call them traditional businesses or brick and mortar or traditional services. I just lost Barry. Hopefully he'll call me back. Traditional services that they aren't clear on who their ideal target market is. Pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions. They don't have that clarity, and it's much harder for them to move the needle of their business because they don't have that clarity. So technical difficulties, looks like just lost Barry. So bear with me for a second as we try to connect with him. Barry. I had to answer you on my phone. You weren't coming through on my computer. And it's.
It was an internet connection problem.
Well, I just have you on audio.
Call me again?
Yeah, I'll hang up. We'll call you right back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Let me try calling Barry again. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't we have a conversation before the show about internet connection?
Yes. So are you going back live?
We are live. We never
live.
stopped going live. It was just a technical difficulty. So so I just touched on a little bit about the foundation and getting clear while I was trying to reconnect with you. So where's the best place that you find for someone to get started on their journey? Their speaking.
Let's
journey.
step back. I have
Okay.
when we got cut off, I had a great example that I was helping a client who was trying to build a PC repair business.
Okay.
So we're sitting here in my office, and he's like, yeah, I fix PC repairs. I'm like, well, who do you do it for? I do it for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Barry just froze up again. Barry, you still with me? Barry. Bear with us, folks. We have some technical difficulties. Tend to have them when you go live. It's just all part of the process. Fortunately, there's other solutions. So let me try another solution. See if we can get Barry back on the horn here. One way or the other. So as mentioned, sorry for the technical difficulties. And if you're just joining us, I'm speaking with Barry Schimmel. I just lost connection with Barry. So I'm just waiting for him to get back to me. And one of the solutions that I sent him a couple different ones, but so we're talking about with Barry Schimmel about how to get speaking gigs fast. We're talking about not just speaking, but the foundation of dealing with clients and your clients reaching out and really understanding who their ideal target market is. Because if they're not clear, from a marketing standpoint, what you want to do is enter the conversation that's already going on in your potential client's head. So what is it that they're asking themselves? What problems are they trying to find solutions for that your product or service fixes or answers? Well, looks like I just had Barry chime in on Zoom. There we go.
Do we come back?
I just need to just hold on, Barry. I'm just going to bring that screen into the show. So just bear with me for a second.
I'm bearing with you.
And for everybody out there, sorry for the delays. So a few technical difficulties. We're on Zoom. And there we go. You're live again, Barry.
All right. I think what happened is my internet connection went down.
Lauren says it's very windy in Chicago. So maybe that's
why they call it the Windy City, one of the reasons.
Let me see.
I'm going on now to see if I have to share it again. Or would you just go live? There you go. I can see it. Is that live?
Go on there. There we go. I just wanted to make sure that I can hear your voice.
Okay.
All right, we're good to go, Barry. So,
all right, so I'll go back from the beginning of this story. So I was meeting with one of my new clients that was trying to set up a PC repair company.
Okay.
And he's really been doing it, but he didn't have the business. He didn't have the LLC set up as corporation, so on and so forth. And so we were walking through the whole thing, and I'm like, what do you do? I fix PCs. And who do I fix it for? And he said, I fix it for everybody. I'm like, well, okay. So if I don't have money, you'll come to my house and you'll fix it. And he's like, well, no, I won't. So we went a little further, dug a little deeper of who he's been doing some work for. And he goes, well, I do a lot of medical offices. So I said, you're a medical PC repair company.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go out.
Market. Yeah. Identify your niche market.
Exactly. So we go out and we get him the URL, and it was medical PC, medical tech PC repair. And he goes out to a client and he gets his business cards the same week. And so he has a business card. So he goes to the client who's the office manager of a medical company, and they had a really good conversation talking, nothing about business, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to close a contract worth about $3,000 a month. Now, they didn't talk anything about his knowledge, his business, nothing. And then she goes, well, do you have a business card? She hands it to him, and she's sitting there looking at it. Oh, you do medical PC specifically. All right, well, give me your contract and we'll go forward with you.
Nice.
Now, what did that just teach us? The power of niche marketing and understanding that if he would have gave her a card that says he's a PC repair person,
yeah,
she'd be like, oh, you can come to my house and fix my PC, but you're not big enough or smart enough to fix my company's PC because we have HIPAA requirements and blah, 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 right? He didn't have to go through any of it. He gave a card that said he does medical PC repair.
Yeah, it's about building that clarity.
Right.
Crystal clear so that at a glance, your potential ideal target market is going to know exactly the market that you're serving and how it is that you help them. So
now
you can quickly identify, the people can quickly identify, hey, that's my market. This person helps my market, or they help the people or the group that I belong to. They help us. So they're going to be more interested. It sort of gets through that what's in it for me filter that everybody has. You can talk, there's a lot of messages. We get thousands of messages every single day that don't get through our what's in it for me filter because the message doesn't resonate with you for whatever reason. You're not part of the group. The message that's coming across is not related to anything that you're concerned with right now. But as soon as a message comes in that is speaking your language or speaking directly to you, it's actually going to get past the what's in it for me filter, and you're actually going to take notice of that message and dig a little deeper. It's like, hey, that sounds like something that would fit for my business, or that will solve my problem, because they're very clear on the identity of their target market and the language that they're using to address pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions.
Right. Now let's take it with a different example, a little spin on it. Now, all of us speak. We're all speakers. We're all salespeople in a way. Like even when we were kids and we wanted something from our parents or to go somewhere, we would convince them to do it. And that technically makes you a salesperson. So when we talk about speaking and understanding, that clear, concise message, that's what gets you opportunities.
Yes.
Now, whether you want to just do speaking gigs or not, it doesn't really matter. If you're a salesperson, a marketing person, or anything else, the program that we put together would help people do all the above, because you're getting a clear, concise message when you're done, and you're understanding how to follow up with them. But if you want to be a speaker and you're going onto a program like Thumbtack or Speakers Match or Speakerpedia, the different types, if you don't have some of the core information that's needed, what's going to happen is that they're not going to take you seriously. So the person who had it on his business card that he is a marketing person isn't going to get that speaking opportunity. And a person that just puts author, speaker, coach, now you have that authenticity in order to get that gig. Does that make sense?
Yes, very much so.
So it's that 2 millimeter, little change could be the change on your business card.
Exactly. It's just really the identification and understanding your market. That's a common message throughout this entire show, is being crystal clear on your market, your message, and
your media,
the media that you're using. Definitely. So Barry, tell me how you got started with Lauren and how changing, and talk a little bit about his mindset and how helping him with his mindset change things for him and his business.
Well, the backstory with Lauren is I met him on his first speaking gig that he got. And what he did that impressed me so much is that he knew some of the people. He got the names of some of the people that belonged to the organization, and he researched ones that he wanted to talk to and interview, which was really impressive. So when I first met him, he goes, "How are you, Barry? I grew up in the same town as your mom did." And it took me back for a little bit. I'm like, this is a little creepy, but really, or stalkerish. And, it took me back, but it made me think, it's like, wow, this guy did his homework. It's like, boy, I should do that when I go out to meet people, because it shows that you have a passion for what you're doing and you know what you want and you have a direction. And at that point, I started to, get to know Lauren a little bit better, and we talked a little bit, and I started to get to know him, and I seen, the genius inside of him. Like I said earlier in the show, is that a lot of people have a story within themselves, and it's packed up as the best kept secret around.
Yeah.
And the more I got to know Lauren, it's like, wow, he can really get out there and help a lot of people. And, he was a foster child, had 22 mothers. He went through hard times, and I grew up that way. I grew up with one mother, but the point is that I grew up inner city Chicago. It was tough for me too, and a lot of people have some of the similar experiences. And I seen with him, there's a greatness inside of him that we have to get out, and we have to figure out how to do it. Lauren joined my mastermind program, and he took the things that he was learning in the mastermind and he implemented faster than almost anybody I know. I mean, he just took it forward. He went in and researched things, and he re-engineered things. And, that's what I'm looking for, people that take action, that will use the information and the guidance and the roadmap to get to where they want to go, and do it quickly so that you're not paying people money, over and over and over and not getting anywhere.
Right.
So this is where we started coming up with that mindset, because I started private coaching him after the masterminds and going through the mindset and seeing, the changes that were taking place so quickly. And I'm like, oh, we really got something here. And he was able to start seeing what was happening. He was speaking different, talking different, posting different quickly.
Yeah.
And it changed his life. It changed it so much that, people were reaching out to him on social media, and now he's an opportunity to be an advocate for all children in front of Congress. And that happened over a 6-month period. And that's pretty amazing.
It is very short time frame to make all of that stuff happen. So that's pretty amazing. And if you guys are just joining us or just tuning in, I'm speaking with Barry Schimmel. Barry has a passion for helping business owners, entrepreneurs, professional speakers, authors, and corporate CEOs incorporate cutting-edge technology to build brand awareness and authority to grow their business. He consults and implements solutions for clients that increase engagement, website traffic, and sales conversions by using a proven systematic approach. Now, Barry's been featured on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, speaking on the power of marketing. He's launched a podcast channel on iTunes. He's the author of the best-selling book, 7 New Marketing Rules, Digital Dollars, and co-authoring the book, How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast. And as well, just launched the digital product, How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast, to help entrepreneurs and potential speakers understand the mindset and to go out and book speaking gigs to help share their message to the masses. So if you want to ask a question for Barry, just type it in the comment field, and be sure, as always, be sure to like, love, and share this feed on your Facebook, as well as any business pages that you may belong to. And just let's see, a couple, my coach Tijuana says, you rock, Lauren. So they're giving Lauren props on your show, which is good. And Sandy says, hey, John, all the way from the UK. Lauren says, mindset was the hugest challenge I have ever encountered, but it was the key. And Sandy was looking forward to this. He's going to watch the replay. Heidi has joined us as well. And so thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for the love. Just a couple more questions, Barry, before we shut her down. So what one word best sums up the solution to getting more leads, so you don't have to cold call, connecting with decision makers, or positioning yourself as the expert? So if you had one word to sum all that up, what would it be?
Speaking. Speaking.
Yeah, and speaking, there's a few different things that will position you as the expert or the authority in your marketplace really quickly. One is obviously becoming a best-selling author. 2 is speaking in front of people. Actually, nowadays it's great to do speaking live, and speaking live is extremely powerful because you're actually able to build that connection. So, but if you're not able to, or if you're not comfortable speaking live yet, another way to do it is to do a live show or a show similar to this, or get on Facebook Live and just talk about your message and talk, about to your ideal target market, and talk about, helping them overcome their challenges. So speaking is definitely one of the top ways that you can help position yourself as the authority or the expert in your marketplace. So just in closing, Barry, I know that you, myself, and Lauren are going to get together either probably sometime next week. We'll do a 1-hour special event specifically about your How to Get Speaking Gigs Fast, where we'll talk all about the digital product, all about what people can expect from it, what it entails, that sort of stuff. We're going to spend an hour outside of the show time specifically on that. But tell us a little bit more about the details of the program that you guys are offering. It's available right now, but we're going to do the official launch. We'll do an official launch next week sometime. So you can just give us a little bit of details on that.
Well, I want to give a couple of huge shout outs to a couple of people that went through some of the coaching. One is Camille, and she's out of Utah. So she booked her 3 speaking gigs in a row, by using the program. And another person, Portia, here's what she wrote. Thanks so much for encouraging me to get started. Within 24 hours after finishing the program, I got 3 quote requests. The first one I responded to, book me. Not bad for a college dropout. If anyone's on the fence, go for it. Now, I'm looking to get hundreds or maybe thousands of people to get speaking gigs. Yeah. My 17-year-old son was listening to Lauren and I brainstorm this whole program, and he went on to one of the programs that will teach in depth on there, and he's making like $2,000 a month off of what he learned, and he's 17 years old in high school. So if he can do it, I believe that anybody watching us can do it. And a lot of people say they don't have the money. Well, if you don't have the money now, you won't have the money later. What you have to do is figure out how to get money together, get into a program that will guarantee you results. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee, but we'll also help you get your first speaking gig once you go through the course. So you have nothing to worry about, because it's not really a magical, but what it is, it's magic step by step, but it's not going to just appear. If you had a magic wand and you said, hey, I want to make my business grow, well, this is going to be one of the courses that can help you no matter what you're doing, because we're going to teach you, all from mindset to your market, your message, your media. We're going to help you establish credibility, expertise, and trust. We're going to help you with a surefire follow-up system. That's where a lot of people fail. They'll do a proposal for somebody and they don't know how to follow up. So we'll do that. And, the tools that you're going to need, because it's showtime, baby. We want to make sure that you get off the page and on the stage and you start implementing, sharing your knowledge and helping other people with your products and services. And it's all about doing it fast. And when I say fast, you could do it over the next 40 days. So all you have to do is .com and get started.
Excellent. So what I'll ask Barry to do is, I'm going to wrap things up. We're just going to go to closing remarks here. But while I'm doing that, I'll ask Barry to type in the website address in the comment field. So for everyone watching, you can quickly go over to the website and you can actually enroll in the program right away if you want to, and take action immediately. When we're if you enroll in the program today and take action, then by the time that we're actually doing the official launch next week, you'll have a chance to actually go through the program and potentially get your first speaking gig lined up prior to our official launch, so we can potentially have you on and you can talk about your successes. So with that, Barry, I want to thank you very much for being on the show. And it's always a pleasure, my man. And I'll catch up with you again really soon. And for everybody else, just stick around for some closing remarks.
Thank you, John. You're a rock star.
Thanks, man. Well, thanks for joining me on today's John A. McCabe Show, where we work with entrepreneurs, business owners, authors, experts, and speakers get seen, get heard, get noticed anywhere, anytime, on any device. Now, also known as the Authority Acceleration Blueprint. Now, if you're someone who's looking to take your business to the next level and want to get some coaching advice, why not apply to be a guest on today's show? Now, for most entrepreneurs, we want to create a life of our own, create our own path, and do what we can to reach our own desired outcome, which is generally freedom. Freedom to choose what we want to do, when we want to do it, and with whom we want to do it. A life that's full of options and choices, where we worry less about money and more about the quality of time that we spend with others. Now, a great way to make that happen is to leverage other people's knowledge, time, and skill sets. Step one to reaching our freedom life is to realize that you can't do it alone. Working with a coach or being involved in masterminds is a great way for entrepreneurs to move their business forward. Now, a coach can help you shorten the time frame to get you from where you are to where you want to be, while being part of a mastermind is meant to bring entrepreneurs together, all with the goal of helping each other move forward with their business. Now, the second step to creating the life you envision for yourself as an entrepreneur is to implement systems into your business so you can streamline your operations, leverage systems, and free up your time to focus on your family, having fun, and the highest leverage activities in your business. The activities that get you the biggest return on your time invested, the ones that truly make you money. Now, sometimes we just don't know what systems we need, how to implement those systems, or even have the time to find out what is needed. Now, working with a coach or consultant that understands, uses, and specializes in systems that can streamline your operations can help save you time, aggravation, and make you a lot more money. Now, for example, having a system or strategy that allows you to leverage just 15 hours of your time into enough repurposed content to get you seen, get you heard, get you noticed anywhere, anytime, on any device is a great example of leverage. Now, just imagine a system where you invest just 15 hours of your time, and the end result is you're a #1 best-selling author, You have enough content that's going to get you seen, get you heard, get you noticed anywhere, anytime, on any device. You have a successful podcast. Now it's automatically attracting more attention, giving more value, and generating more leads, which enables you to attract an abundance of paying customers. Now this is also known as the Authority Acceleration Blueprint. Now to find out more about the Authority Acceleration Blueprint coaching program or mastermind, then contact me via my website at johnamccabe.com or connect with me through my show's Facebook page. Now again, thank you for joining us on today's show, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's show when I have another great guest on discussing their business and accelerating their authority. So have yourself an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon.